You know, looking back on it now, our first TV wasn't just an appliance. It was this giant wooden box that my family bought one summer day in 1957. It had a small, curved black and white screen, and it sat in the corner of our living room like a piece of furniture. Every single night, my whole family would gather in front of that small screen, like we were sitting around a campfire. It became the new heart of our home. There was no remote control, of course. You had to get up and turn a big chunky knob to change the channel, and you'd hear a loud clunk with every turn. It was a ritual. We watched what was on, and we loved it. There were harmless sitcoms like I Love Lucy, variety shows like The Ed Sullivan Show and The Nightly News. And after the broadcast ended for the night, the screen would go to that static, snowy test pattern, and we knew it was time for bed. Then in the mid-60s, everything changed like magic when my dad brought home a color TV. I can still remember the first time I saw color on the screen. It was like a new world. The characters on The Ed Sullivan Show came to life, and cartoons looked more vibrant than ever. But not everything on TV was harmless. There was one show I will never, ever forget, one that haunted me for a lifetime. It was the Twilight Zone. Every episode started with Rod Serling's eerie narration talking about a fifth dimension, and then the story would begin. These weren't stories about physical monsters, they were about psychological fear. An alien appearing as a human, a person trapped in a bizarre, mysterious town. What was so haunting were the twist endings. They didn't give you a sense of safety. They left you with a lingering doubt about the world around you. After that, the TV kept evolving. It got bigger, flatter, and it became this central piece in a large wooden cabinet in the living room. Then the remote control arrived, and it was a revolution. It turned watching TV from an active ritual into a more passive, comfortable experience. This was also the golden age of American television, with classic shows like MASH and Happy Days, and the emergence of cable TV, which opened up a whole new world of channels. And then we got the VCR. That changed everything. We no longer had to wait for a show to air. We could record it and watch it whenever we wanted. That was the beginning of the end for the communal family viewing experience. By the 90s, everything shifted again. Television was no longer a sacred family-only ritual. Families started buying more TVs. There was one in the living room for the parents, and a smaller one in the kids' room. The shows also became more complex, with serialized dramas and sitcoms like Seinfeld and The X-Files. The TV was no longer that campfire for the whole family. It had become a personal entertainment device. One person could be watching the news, another could be watching a sci-fi show. It was a private experience, and in a way, it was the start of the digital age that we live in today. You know, the story of my TV wasn't just about technology. It was a story about the evolution of American family life and culture. And the Twilight Zone, even though it scared me, was a crucial part of my growing up. It taught me about fear, wonder, and the power of a story. The TV went from being a communal gathering point to a personal device, and the way we watch has changed forever. It's a journey from a single point of connection to a world of endless choices. What's your story? What TV shows have stayed with you your whole life?